Book of Enoch, shrouded in mystery, a text whispered about in hushed tones. It speaks of a time before the flood, a time of angels and giants. Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, is our guide. He walks with God, a witness to celestial secrets. But this book, filled with visions of heaven and hell, was deemed too dangerous, too revealing for the masses. The early church fathers knew of Enoch. They debated its place within the sacred scriptures. Some embraced it, finding echoes of its wisdom in the words of the prophets. Others rejected it, fearing its power to disrupt the established order, but none could deny its impact. The Book of Enoch, though cast aside, continued to exert a gravitational pull on the Christian imagination. The book vanished from the West. Centuries passed. Its memory faded, but the truth has a way of resurfacing. In the highlands of Ethiopia, far from the centers of power, ancient copies of Enoch survived. They lay hidden in monasteries, guarded by monks who understood their value. These texts, preserved across millennia, hold the key to unlocking a hidden chapter in our understanding of the cosmos. Origen, the brilliant theologian of Alexandria, felt the pull of Enoch. He saw in its pages a deeper understanding of the spiritual realm. He quoted it freely, recognizing its wisdom. Josephus, the Jewish historian, recounted the traditions of his people. He too spoke of Enoch, acknowledging his place in the lineage of the patriarchs. Tertullian, a fiery defender of the faith, embraced Enoch's authenticity. He saw it as a bridge between the Old Testament and the New. Clement of Alexandria, a scholar of vast learning, found in Enoch a source of mystical insight. He saw it as a key to unlocking the secrets of creation. And Irenaeus, a staunch opponent of heresy, used Enoch to combat the Gnostics. He saw it as a bulwark against those who would distort the true faith. These men, pillars of the early church, recognized the power of Enoch. They saw its influence woven throughout the tapestry of Christian thought. But over time, their voices were drowned out. The book that had once been so central to their understanding of the faith was pushed to the margins. Why was Enoch silenced? Why was this book, revered by so many early church fathers, excluded from the official canon of Scripture? The answer, it seems, lies in its power. The Book of Enoch is not for the faint of heart. It challenges our assumptions. It confronts us with uncomfortable truths. Enoch speaks of the fall of the angels, a cosmic rebellion that shattered the heavens. It describes the corruption that followed as these fallen beings mingled with humanity, giving birth to giants and unleashing chaos upon the earth. It paints a vivid picture of judgment, a day of reckoning when the wicked will be cast down and the righteous will be vindicated. These are not easy truths to confront. They challenge our understanding of good and evil, of heaven and earth. They force us to confront the darkness that lurks within our own hearts. And so it seems the decision was made to silence Enoch, to keep its unsettling message hidden from view. Section 4. The Whispers of Yeshua. But the truth cannot be silenced forever. Despite its exclusion from the canon, the influence of Enoch continued to be felt. It echoed through the words of the New Testament writers, shaping their understanding of the cosmos and the coming judgment. And it found its most profound expression in the teachings of Yahshua himself. Yahshua spoke of angels and demons, of heaven and hell. He warned of a coming judgment, a time when the sheep would be separated from the goats. He spoke of the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven, echoing the imagery found throughout the Book of Enoch. These were not merely metaphors. They were pronouncements rooted in a deep understanding of the spiritual realities revealed in Enoch. The whispers of Enoch can be heard throughout the New Testament. But to truly understand the depth and richness of Yahshua's message, we must return to the source. We must delve into the pages of this forbidden book and rediscover the truths that have been hidden for so long. Section 5. Shadows of Time. For centuries, the Book of Enoch was known primarily through fragments and quotations. But in 1773, a Scottish explorer named James Bruce returned from his travels in Abyssinia, present-day Ethiopia, with a startling discovery: 3 complete copies of the Book of Enoch written in the ancient Ethiopian language of Yah'S. These texts, carefully preserved in Ethiopian monasteries, provided scholars with the first opportunity to study this ancient book in its entirety. The discovery of the Ethiopic Enoch texts sent shockwaves through the world of biblical scholarship. Here, after centuries of obscurity, was a book that had been considered lost to history. And it was not just any book. It was a book that challenged long-held assumptions about the formation of the biblical canon and the development of early Christian thought. The authenticity of the Ethiopic Enoch texts was a matter of intense debate. Some scholars dismissed them as late forgeries, while others argued that they represented a more ancient tradition. In 2005, A panel of experts in Enochian studies convened to examine the evidence. Their conclusion was groundbreaking. The Similitudes of Enoch, a section of the book that had been particularly controversial, was dated to the pre-Christian era. Section 6. The Ethiopian Revelation. The 2005 Enoch Seminar Panel's findings were a watershed moment. They confirmed what many scholars had long suspected, that the Book of Enoch was not a late forgery, but an ancient text that had played a significant role in the development of both Jewish and Christian thought. The Ethiopic Enoch texts were not merely copies of a lost book, they were a window into a lost world. The discovery of the Ethiopic Enoch texts and the subsequent confirmation of their authenticity by the 2005 Enoch Seminar Panel have forced scholars to reevaluate their understanding of early Christianity. The Book of Enoch is no longer a fringe text, relegated to the dusty shelves of libraries. It is a vital piece of the puzzle, a key to unlocking the mysteries of our faith. The monks who preserved these texts understood their importance. They knew that they held within their care a treasure of immense spiritual value. And now, thanks to their diligence and the work of dedicated scholars, the world is finally beginning to rediscover the hidden truth of Enoch. Section 7. The Hidden Truth Unveiled. The Book of Enoch is a call to awaken. It is a reminder that the universe is a far stranger and more wondrous place than we often imagine. It is a challenge to confront the darkness within ourselves and within the world around us, and it is a promise that even in the darkest of times, hope remains. The truth has been hidden for too long. The time has come to remove the veil of secrecy and embrace the complete truth of Enoch. It is a truth that will challenge you. It is a truth that will transform you. It is a truth that will set you free. Open your mind, open your heart, and discover the hidden truth of Enoch.
If you enjoyed that word, hit that like button and subscribe. God bless.